Hi and welcome to the Stockholm School of Economics. My name is Timo. I work with marketing and student recruitment at the school and I'm going to be a host for today's webinar. Before we get started, I would like to show you a little bit of our campus, so welcome in. This is the atrium, SSE's entrance hall. It's where the students meet, where they work on case assignments, where they connect with corporate partners during career fairs, and this venue is also used for occasional banquets and parties. This place has become the most central part of our campus and we hope to be able to welcome you here soon as well. So this is the aula, SSE's largest lecture hall. Frequently, the top tier of the business and research industry, as well as government representatives, come over to SSE to present in front of our students. We often invite politicians, Nobel Prize winners, members of the Swedish royal family, as well as other top managers to join panel discussions. And maybe it's you who will sit here or there shortly to listen to one of them. And now I'm going to hand over the word to my colleague Jennifer Linder, who will talk more about the Stockholm School of Economics.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Linder. I work in the Master Admissions team, and today I will talk a little bit about our school. The Stockholm School of Economics, or SSE as we call it for short, was founded in 1909 on initiative of the Swedish business community. At this point in time, Sweden was, much like most other European countries, going through some rapid industrial growth, which was believed to create the need for highly educated managers, directors, and professionals. So within this context, SSE was created. We are a privately owned business school that offers bachelor, master, and PhD programs, along with MBA and executive education. And the output is talented people educated for leading positions within business, government, academia, NGOs, culture, and politics. Something that we're very happy about is that we have gone from being a Swedish university with a sort of international flavor to becoming a really international business school that just happens to be located in Sweden. So nowadays, around 40% of our master students are international, representing around 30 different nationalities. And if you have a look at the annual international index published by the Swedish Foundation for International Cooperation in Research and Higher Education, you will find that we have been leading the list of Sweden's most international universities for several years. So this means that as an SSE student, you would get both a very strong Swedish and international network and experience. You may have seen us in the Financial Times rankings, and that is because for more than 20 years, SSE has been ranked #1 in the Nordic and Baltic countries, and we are listed one of the top European business schools. Two of our master programs, the one in international business and the one in finance, are ranked among the best in the world within the disciplines of management and finance. And if you want to have a look at their latest placements, feel free to check out our website. We also collaborate with more than 80 top universities across the world, are members of the prestigious SEMS, PIM, APSIA, GNAM, and Civica networks, and are also accredited by Equis. Some of you watching this webinar might be wondering what it's like to study at a business school, and others might be asking yourself, is SSE the place for me? Well, we are a small and very personal school that believes that diversity is extremely important. We welcome people from all over the world, regardless of social background, ethnicity, ability or disability, sexual orientation or gender identity, religious or other beliefs. So for this reason, we are looking for students with empathy, those who would share their notes with a fellow classmate who happened to miss a lecture. We are looking for students who are curious about other cultures and experiences and would like to develop both professionally and personally during their 2 years with us. Our students go by the saying, sharing is caring, and we believe that this extends well beyond their time at SSE. So simply put, SSE is a school for anyone with a strong drive to succeed, coupled with a genuine desire to improve society. For those of you who are interested in starting your own company, it could be good to know about our startup incubator called the SSE Business Lab. At the SSE Business Lab, we gather the entrepreneurial minds of the school to provide them with the tools to succeed with their business ideas and maximize the growth of their ventures. As a current or former student, you can apply for support for up to 18 months from the SSE Business Lab's advisory board, which consists of experienced professionals who are specialized in various phases of starting and running a company. If you have more questions about our school, my colleagues and I are available via email, phone, and our chat platform UniBuddy, which you can find on our website. Since SSE was founded by the business community, it might not come as a huge surprise that we still maintain close ties with employers, global corporations, the public sector, and non-for-profit organizations. Through our more than 100 corporate partners, we share a kind of give and take of information and resources, which is something that really benefits our students because it sets them up from start to be able to create amazing career opportunities after graduation. Our corporate partners are present in various ways. They, of course, participate in our career fairs, but also post jobs specifically to our students through the SSE Career Hub. They come to school to hold employer presentations and lunch lectures, but also support the school's faculty and research. And they can provide our students with real-life cases, internship and scholarship opportunities, as well as act as mentors in the Master Mentorship Program. And last but not least, they also attend our assessment centers. KPMG, Boston Consulting Group, EQT, Goldman Sachs, H&M, Ericsson, Saab, and Pfizer are just a few of our corporate partners. You can find them and many more listed on our website. We will now move on to the introduction of our master programs. Over the next few minutes, we will present each of them along with their respective program directors, starting with Kiara Sutton, who is the program director of the Master Program in International Business.
Hello, I'm excited to have the opportunity to tell you about one of our wonderful programs, the Master in International Business. My name is Kiara Sutton. I'm an assistant professor at the Department of Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Technology. For the past number of years, I've also been the program director for the MIB program. The Master of International Business is a cross-disciplinary program in business and management. We focus on multinational organizations, both large and small, and address the challenges of being global from a variety of perspectives. We take as our starting point that the world needs a new kind of leader, one that embodies the values of sustainability, excellence, ethics, diversity, respect, and empathy. Throughout the program, we integrate real-life, practical components in collaboration with our extensive corporate partner network. So our program has been carefully designed to incorporate the SEM's Master in International Management degree. So our graduates earn 2 degrees in 2 years. The first year is the foundation of our program. We implement a cohort approach, which to us means that our students work closely together and follow a tailored curriculum covering a wide range of really important topics. The cohesiveness in this approach allows us to deliver a tight and streamlined schedule with the flexibility to add program-specific components like the international projects and many corporate events. We start the year with courses on international business, as well as on the intricacies of managing human dynamics in multinational organizations. This first block involves many in-class experiments and simulations, and we conclude with a 2-week live project where teams of students work closely with internationalising firms on their specific challenges. We continue the term exploring innovation and innovation capabilities in multinational firms, as well as deep dive into the foundations of the global economy to better understand institutions and contexts for multi-country business. We begin the second term by exploring the construction of global markets as well as corporate finance in a global context. Having a master level understanding of finance opens many doors for management and business students. We conclude this first year course with a research project where your personal interest determines the focus. The research project combines with the business project in year 2 to meet your master thesis requirements. During the second term, we arrange an immersion project between the core courses. This is a chance to apply the program learning in a new context and explore even further the nuances of sustainability in international business. After the first year, the majority of our students fit in the required internship over the summer. The requirements of this internship mean that it's carried out in a context that is new to you, adding to the experiences and knowledge that you will take away from your 2 years with us. Our second year overlaps with the start of the SEMS Master in International Management. By tailoring the curriculum, we can help make this second degree more accessible, although it's still a lot of work. If you choose, there are alternative options available to you to apply to, for instance, a regular exchange or the Wallenberg Fellowship Program. We focus on key topics in the second year, and these can include global strategy and global leadership, and you will complete a 3 to 4 month business project with one of our corporate partners or an exciting startup from the innovative Stockholm ecosystem. You will also have a choice of electives. These include further topics in management and leadership, sustainability, data science, accounting, and finance. If you've chosen SEMS, you will spend one of these 2 terms at a partner school from the SEMS network. We have 33 other schools that we collaborate with within this alliance. Our program is one of the smallest here at SSE. We aim to admit around 50 students per year. This allows us to maintain exceptional quality, facilitates the international components, and enhances the cohort effect and deep network. As the ranked program, our small size allows us to follow the student experience carefully, so we know when we need to innovate or adapt to stay consistently relevant. We recruit in a way to ensure a high level of diversity, and you can find students from all over the world in our class. We know that this not only provides a good environment for each student, but also enhances everyone's learning through diversity of experiences. The gender split is always quite even and reflects the split in our application pool. So we really encourage our students to explore when it comes to life after the program. There is not one role or position that is perfect for every graduate. Obviously, there is demand by the large consulting firms, as our graduates are exceptional in problem solving as well as in adjacent skills such as client management and project development. But consulting is absolutely not the only path, and you will find our alumni in key positions in many industries, including fintech, transportation, and large fashion companies, as well as in government positions and at NGOs. They hold a variety of titles, including director, manager, team leader, and specialist. Through our program-specific development clinics, we are dedicated to helping you uncover a path that is right for you. So we aim at not only just imparting academic knowledge, but at whole person development. And we know that this creates strong friendships and close alumni ties. Our alumni join us regularly to sponsor business projects, give guest lectures, answer your questions about the program, provide mentorship, and work closely with us to assess ideal candidates for our new cohorts. I believe that the ongoing group work, challenging material and tasks, as well as the shared international experiences creates a bond that is meant to last a lifetime. The program is not always comfortable, as it can challenge both intellectually in the classroom and physically. For instance, when there are basic amenities and long, hot days in Uganda trying to solve some of the world's fundamental development challenges in collaboration with local experts. But these experiences can be transformational and extremely formative and set our students up not only exceptionally well skilled, but also insightful in their career. I hope that you would like to join us on the MIB journey. Every year we adapt to our new cohort, so your journey is something that you help us create. I know that if your interest is now sparked, you could be exactly the candidate we're looking for. So I hope to see you very soon.
So I chose SSE mostly because of the school's very close ties to the business community here in Sweden. It was my dream to build a career in Sweden, so I figured that coming to a school that you get to network and engage with real life people that work every day would be a great place to be. And I chose my master program specifically because I really liked how the syllabus focuses a lot on how to manage the complexities of this ever-changing world that we're living in now and how businesses can adapt to that.
For SSE, the choice was clear since I wanted to do a master's in the Nordics, and among the business schools, SSE is just the best out there. So that was clear. And for accounting, there was actually not a difficult choice as well, since I fell in love with accounting in the first accounting lectures that we had in the bachelor's. So I just went with it. There's something magical about seeing the numbers play out and understanding how everything works in the financial statement.
I chose SSE because of its academic excellence, especially for the Masters of International Business, and I want to have a real international cohort. Our cohort consists of more than 20 nations.
So I chose to study at SSE because of the reputation and the ranking. It is a well-known school both in the Nordics but also abroad, and we have a very customizable program. So since you have 2 years to learn, you're also able to choose what specialization you would like to do, and I really appreciate this flexibility.
So I already did my bachelor's degree in business and economics at SSE, and I really liked it, especially once I had started my specialization in economics. I really liked the atmosphere of the school. I thought the Department of Economics and its faculty was amazing, and I really wanted to continue here. I felt very comfortable. And so that's why I applied to SSE for my master as well.
My name is Anders Andersson. I'm the program director of the master program in finance, and I'm associate professor of finance at the Stockholm School of Economics. My research is about behavioral finance and more specifically individual investor behavior and sustainability. I also teach a course on these topics in the program. I've been program director now for a few years, but I've been in various roles at the school and affiliated departments for more than 10 years, so I know the school quite well. I've always been impressed by the Finance Master program when looking at it from the outside. The Department of Finance hosts some of the top researchers in the world in areas like asset pricing, corporate finance, sustainability, private equity, innovation, and venture capital. These are also all areas in which the Swedish industry is strong. There are many companies in our area that lead the development on these topics, and our school has a very long history of strong ties to the financial industry. Therefore, I think you would benefit a lot coming here, especially if you're planning for a career in any of these broad areas. The courses we offer are relevant, thorough, and challenging, and they are all designed to develop your skills, techniques, and tools to prepare you for your future career. Our program is more flexible than many other top programs in the world. You have a wide set of courses to choose from that you can combine to suit your particular interests. Apart from choosing a specialization in investment management or corporate finance, you can also choose to take a track in data analytics or sustainability. These two tracks reflect our ambition to adopt what we teach to the challenges we face more broadly in society. There are also areas where job opportunities are growing quickly and where there is a lot of know-how not only within our department but also among our industry partners located here in Sweden. Talking about jobs, we work hard to make sure that all our students maximize their chances of getting the jobs they want. We have an excellent individual coaching program that helps you through the process of writing applications and preparing interviews. We arrange a recruitment fair where you meet and talk with top employers. And we take all students on an immersion trip at the beginning of the program where we introduce them to the school, the case study technique, meet with the alumni, as well as a long list of prominent people in the financial industry for you to take inspiration from when you think about your own future career. Our program is highly international. We usually host over 20 nationalities, and they all have unique and valuable experiences and skills. I believe having a diverse group is important because you will also learn and benefit from each other during your time here. Even if diverse in many ways, all our students share the same strong dedication and motivation. It's a great crowd to be part of, and you will make new ties that last for the rest of your lives. Welcome to the Master Program in Finance.
I asked my cohort what I should answer for this question, and most of them said the people, but I would also say the teachers. We have a very high quality, and every teacher has a PhD and has either worked or studied at very reputable universities. And I think that this is also portrayed or reflected onto our class and what we can learn, so that we don't only have, let's say, business opportunities in what areas could we work in later on, but also if we would like to pursue further studies or work in an academic environment. We have very lots of inspiration.
What I like most about the program is that it's very interactive. We have a lot of discussions, group work, and also case studies we do inside our lectures.
I would say it's the focus on practicability, practical knowledge. The professors know you by your name, they know how you study, they know what your goals are, and they actually tweak the lectures for you for you to get the most out of it. What I also like is that the cohort is small and they are really motivated, so getting out of your comfort zone becomes a part of your life.
I would say that the thing that I like the most about my program is how applied it can be. So alongside our classes that focus a lot on the theory, we also get to work a lot with real life problems. So every single course that you take, you also have group work with a real life company where you get to act as a sort of internal consultant for them, solving their issues based on whatever topics we're learning in school. So I think it's great that you get to have professional exposure alongside your studies, and on top of that you also get a lot of teamwork exposure. And I think it's so important to also learn how to work with people from different backgrounds and experiences, because this is something that we're going to do a lot in our professional lives. So our program really helps you get that kick-started.
I'm Robert. I'm a professor of economics here at Stockholm School of Economics. I'm also the program director for the master's program in economics. So I do research on applied microeconomics and behavioral economics, and also teach a course in applied econometrics for our undergraduates. If you come to the master's program in economics, we'll teach you and we'll provide you with a toolkit that allows you to answer really important economic questions. It's both a quantitative toolkit consisting of theory and econometrics, but it's also an economic way of thinking about the world. So the quantitative skills that you'll be taught are highly valued in the labor market. So for example, one of the things you will learn is how you can use data to understand economic problems. And that will provide you, teach you what you can do with data, but also what you cannot do with data. And that will give you a critical mindset that allows you to look far beyond the bullet points in PowerPoints that consultants make for you. And also you will provide this critical mindset about what data cannot do, both when you consume reports, company reports that employees provide you with, or even scientific reports. So that's one of the quantitative skills that you will learn in our program. You will also learn this structured economic way of thinking about the world, which will provide you a deeper understanding of the economic and social world around you. And that, I think, is a valuable skill in almost any position where you need to understand economic developments around you. So our program is a 2-year program. So in the first semester, you study 4 core courses It's a course in mathematics and microeconomics first, and then you take 2 courses in macroeconomics and econometrics. So in economics, there is a progression as you move along to more advanced levels. So we want everybody during the first semester to have covered essentially the same ground before you come to the second semester, when typically you take 3 to 4 electives in economics. So, for example, courses that you can choose from will be international trade, development economics, it's courses in macroeconomics, behavioral economics, time series econometrics, for example. In the second year, you have many different options for what you want to do. But a typical student often spends 1 semester writing their thesis and the other semester either going on an exchange to another business school, or staying here and studying further more electives in economics, or electives from our other master's program at SSE. So there's a lot of different options for you during the second year. A typical cohort size of the economics program is 50 to 60 students. Our program is very international, so typically a slight majority of the students are from other countries than Sweden, and we are quite balanced on gender as well, so it's close to a 50-50 mix in terms of gender. You'll also notice that many of our faculty members are from different countries around the world. Our program in economics, it closes very few doors, but it opens several new ones. So after you have finished our program, you can continue in more typical SSE careers, like in consultancy, in banking, finance, in the private sector. But the toolkit that we provide you with also opens a lot of other doors for jobs, because this quantitative toolkit that we provide you with is valued in the labor market in a wide range of different jobs. So it can be anything from working with monetary policy in a central bank, to working as a data analyst in a tech company, to go into jobs, for example, for the government, or such as the Ministry of Finance. So there's a broad range of job opportunities if you have finished a master's degree in economics at SSE. But more generally, I think economics provides this kind of deeper understanding of the economic world around you. And I think that's a skill that is valued at any high-level job that you have, where you not only have to understand your own organization that you're working within, but also the complex economic and social world around you. One additional perk of studying economics at SSE is the economics prize in the memory of Alfred Nobel. So the economics prize is awarded here in Stockholm. The jury consists of professors in economics from Sweden, and several of those professors are professors here at SSE. And in December every year, when the Nobel festivities are held in Stockholm, this year's prize winner always come to Stockholm School of Economics and pay us a visit. So that gives you an opportunity as a student, and for us as faculty, to meet the current year's prize winners in economics, which is a big happening here at the school. So let me say a few closing words about studying economics at SSE. So if you come to SSE to study economics, you will be challenged, you will learn a lot, we will prepare you for the future job market, but perhaps most importantly, it will be tremendously fun to study economics here.
I would definitely say it's the network of opportunities, especially for the Masters in Finance. We were able to have lunches with different people from companies that are then later on maybe our employers. And this is something very unique because other programs or other schools don't offer such tailored events for their students.
I was surprised at how many people were really ambitious and had a really strong drive to do things that they were passionate about. And that's something I notice even more in the master program in economics. Everyone is really interested in economics, but they all have their different niche and they all like different things, but they're really willing to go very deep into it.
What surprised me most about SSE is first of all how approachable professors are, because that is way more than in Germany, and also how many events SASE, the student association, does, whether it's private or professional events.
Hello everybody, my name is Konstantin Blome. I'm professor here at the House of Innovation at the Stockholm School of Economics, and I'm your new program director for the program Master of Business Innovation. The philosophy of the MBA program is pretty simple. So we want to make you the best managers and entrepreneurs out there that can deal with innovation. Innovation, as you know, decides on the fate of firms, decides on the fate of regions, and even decides on the fate of countries. So you will learn theoretically that solid what to do in innovation functions, but also in functions across the firm. So first you get that solid education in all of the management topics that you need, from operations to accounting to leadership to innovation management. And then we have a focus on innovative contents, creation of new businesses, how to scale firms, how to do innovation in large firms, in small firms. And the most important thing in this program is the life component. So in every term, you will work with real projects, with real firms, in real teams to address real problems in the world. So you not only learn the theory, but you also apply it directly in the job. So you have 4 semesters of teaching, and all of them you of course have plenty of lectures. We try to combine 2 different modules at the same time, where teachers talk to each other and they know that they have to provide aligned teaching to you, so that you can make the best of the different worlds possible in one lecture. We will start in the beginning with base introductions for all kind of management topics that you need. And in the second year you have plenty of options where you also will write your master thesis, but also you can select from a range of different things. We have the XTM program, which allows you to do an internship with a firm and work on the project. We have a sustainability track, a data analytics track. You can go abroad, you can do a double degree. So first year, that's solid education with life projects, and then the second year you can choose, you can customize and get the best out of Stockholm School of Economics. So class size is roughly about 70 to 75 students. Most important for us is that we attract the best of all talents, no matter where they're from. Roughly speaking, 50% of students are from Sweden. We have quite some representation from Europe, but we also spread out across all continents. So we have representation from the US, from Russia, from China, from India, from Australia. We have also students occasionally from Africa and Southern America. So you will have plenty of choice to whom to work with and to experience international footprint. Most important for us is that, of course, you find your dream job after our program. So employability is key in our program, and we will work a lot with our opportunities that we have, career support and you name. In terms of job profiles, we of course have a lot of students that place very well with the big consulting firms, big multinationals in Sweden and abroad. But we also see more and more students going into startup scene or even starting their own business. For example, we try to collaborate strongly also with the SSE Business Lab right here in the house, which is the leading incubator in Sweden, but also in the top 10 in the world.
Exciting.
Inspiring.
Transformative.
My name is Robert Östling. I'm the program director for the new Masters of Public Policy program here at SSE. I'm also an economics professor at the school. The world faces enormous challenges: climate change, geopolitical tensions, technological disruptions, just to mention a few. To navigate those problems, we need people that can understand the complex issues, that can design the right policies, but that can also implement those policies in our societies. Our program is designed to equip students with those skills. We combine an interdisciplinary academic training in economics, public management, political science, and law. But the academic content will not be taught in isolation. You will learn not only from world-class faculty, you will also engage with real-world policymakers with decades of experience of policymaking. The goal with the program is to equip you with the knowledge, the skills and the tools you need to navigate the whole policy process. Why should you study public policy at SSE? Our program is grounded in the Nordic experience, where economic dynamism and social sustainability often go hand in hand. Stockholm is unique in that setting, with close proximity to government ministries, public agencies, and one of Europe's most dynamic business environments. The first year of the program will be intensive with 8 core academic courses. In parallel to these courses, you will work together with a real organization on a real-world policy problem throughout the first year of your studies. The aim with the policy project is to confront the academic learnings with the experience from real-world policymaking. In addition, throughout the first year, you will also participate in a skills track, where you will learn how to communicate effectively, how to use AI tools responsibly and effectively, as well as how to negotiate. In the program, we will bring together a small group of ambitious and intellectually curious students. The cohort size we aim for is about 50 students. The students will come from diverse academic backgrounds and from different countries. The idea is to create a learning environment where you learn not just from world-class faculty and real-world policymakers, but also from others in class. The program will train you for essentially any job where important societal decisions are made. So this can be in the European Union institution, it can be in national government ministries, it can be in public agencies, international organization, but it can also be working with public affairs in private companies. One thing that I've learned over the years is that policymaking is much more difficult, much more challenging in real life than it is in theory. What I look forward to most in this program is the chance to work together with you and see how the academic learnings in the textbooks work when confronted with real-world policymaking. For example, in the program we will go to Brussels on a study trip to see how real-world decisions are made and implemented. If you're curious how society works, if you like tackling difficult problems, and if you want to change the world for the better, this program is for you. The Master of Public Policy program at SSE is created for students who want to shape the future rather than just analyze and observe it. Together we are creating a community of students who want to improve society for the better. We would be delighted to welcome you on board that journey.
I feel that my master program really supports the transition to the job market, especially through the XTM program that I had the chance of taking part in my second year. That is the executive trainee module where you get to work full-time for the fall semester in your second year. And that has been an incredible experience because I got to work at a large international Swedish company and apply everything that I've learned at SSE so far in a real business context.
Okay, so first of all, there are events happening at the school all the time, so you get an amazing exposure to all the different companies. In some courses, you actually get directly assigned a company to work with on practical projects, so the exposure is just immense. If you want to work on your CV or if you need some counseling, there are tools and resources for that. So all of that, together with the name that the school gives you, I would say that you're unbeatable in the job market.
One thing that's very special about the Masters in Economics is that we are small cohorts, so we really know each other. We know the second years and we also know all of the alumni. So the program director and the faculty is also very present and is very open to helping us connect with alumni. So that community is really helpful in landing a job and finding opportunities.
Hi, my name is Milda Dilaite. I'm an associate professor here at the Stockholm School of Economics, Department of Accounting, and a program director for our Masters in Accounting, Valuation and Financial Management. The underlying philosophy of our master's program is that accounting is the language of business. That is, we need to have a common language that all parties involved in a business share and can use to identify and address various types of opportunities and risks that the business is facing. Managing with numbers, we see, is the only efficient and productive way for any business to be run, and all parts of organization need to be able to communicate in that same language. That is, no matter what you do, you need to understand the numbers. This philosophy underlies the structure of our program, and we operationalize it in 3 different ways. The first one is the external one. That is, what do the financial statements, what do the numbers tell us externally? And this is where we have financial analysis. That is, we're looking at the financial statements, balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements, and we try to understand what these numbers are telling us about the situation that the organization is in and the prospects, the opportunities that this organization is facing. The second part of this philosophy is the internal one. That is, how does the internal financial management works? How does it work in the organization? And here we are talking about various types of management frameworks. We are talking about the key performance indicators and other financial management processes in the organization. That is, while the external dimension can help us take a picture of the organization, sort of as a photograph that you could see, the internal part already allows us to understand what is happening internally and what can we learn sort of in a more three-dimensional way about the organization. These 2 dimensions are very important, but there is one just as important part, which is the communications. That is, how do we communicate what is going on in the organization to the external stakeholders? And here we have the investor relations, we have the auditing function, that is the function that ensures that the information is communicated appropriately and in a relevant way. And we might also have financial reporting regulation, which again ensures that the numbers are reported consistently in an informative and fair manner. Once you join the program, the beginning of the studies will be in a way that you will have the course structure predetermined for you. You will start with a series of mandatory courses that will take a dive into the respective internal, external, and communication perspectives of accounting. The academic year, your studies will start with 2 courses, Strategic Management Control and Financial Analysis, which respectively address the internal and external and to some extent communication aspects of accounting. In the Strategic Management Control, you will be working with various types of frameworks and ways of thinking about how the company can be best organized to achieve its goals in the most efficient way and perhaps develop new goals. In the financial analysis course, you will be working with financial analysis, understanding the business from the financial reports, but also take a dive into the value creation dimension of that business, understanding what value actually is, how we can measure it, and what alternatives we might have there. Once we move to the second semester, the mandatory nature of the program pretty much disappears. This is where you can start choosing from the so-called core electives during the second semester that will allow you to shape the program in the way that you want to have it. So you can choose from courses like Advanced Financial Reporting or Current Issues in Financial Reporting, Grand Challenges focusing on sustainability, auditing, understanding the dark sides of accounting with Python and other tools available to us, and investor relations. Moving on then to the second year, you have a variety of options available to you. If you want to go on exchange, you can do so. If you want to stay in Stockholm because Stockholm feels like exchange, then you can choose and take electives from our department or other master's programs available here at SSE. And then finally, 1/2 a year, so either the first or second half a year during your second year here at SSE, will be devoted to your thesis. And your thesis will be on a question that you yourself choose and select based on what interested you most during the first or the second year during your master's studies with us. The 2 years in our program will allow you to develop very strong knowledge and competence in accounting, valuation, and financial management. However, these studies are not only about the classroom knowledge. When we're studying business, accounting, financial management, it is crucial that we also understand what is happening in real firms and how real firms and real people in those firms think about things. To help you understand this better and develop the network in the Swedish business world and perhaps also in international business world, we have a series of corporate partners, more than 10 corporate partners that are actively involved in our program and that regularly join us for breakfast meetings, various seminars, guest lectures, as well as off-campus workshops that the students are invited to. During these different types of events, that is, breakfast meetings, workshops, and other types of events, you will be able to get the first-hand insight into what is going on in the organizations, what challenges they are facing, what needs they have, and how you can contribute to solving these issues. Every year, we have about 60 to 65 students joining our Masters in Accounting, Valuation, and Financial Management. These students come from a variety of countries globally. We usually have about 14 countries represented, from the US to China and of course Europe in between. These people become a tight-knit community. They work and study and party together. Some of them become colleagues in the future, some of them stay friends for life. So what happens when you graduate from our Masters in Accounting, Valuation, and Financial Management? Accounting is the language of business, which means that when you speak this language, you are very well positioned to choose whatever business area interests you. Many of our students choose to start their careers in consulting, investment banking, internal finance function, maybe the CFO team, but also retail or fashion or even startups. Every year, we select a group of students to our program that contribute to the learning journey, not only in the classroom, but also outside. And we are looking forward to welcoming you in that group. See you in Stockholm soon.
Once you start your first classes or courses at SSE, you may actually realize quickly that our campus may be seen as an art exhibition, and art can be seen in many of our classrooms. One of these classrooms, called the Cabinet Room, is full of contemporary art placed in curiosity cabinets in between compartments made for students to sit in. And we also hope that you will experience the so-called Heckscher Olin Room, a very inspiring venue for academic celebrations, dinners and meetings, as well as the Jakob Dahlgren Room, the Schumpeter Room and the Lighthouse Room, all designed to increase the quality of the learning environment. If you want to learn more about our study environment here at SSE, we encourage you to get in touch with us, our students and alumni, and you are, of course, always welcome to visit us as well. And we would be happy to give you a tour around our campus and show you where you might study in the future. And now I'm going to introduce you to my colleague Natalia, who will talk more about the application process, the tuition fees, and the scholarships at SSE.
Hi, my name is Natalia, and I work with admissions to our Master of Science programs here at SSE. All our programs start in August every year, and the application period is from the 1st of October to the 15th of January, and the results are communicated in mid-March via email. We do an overall assessment for our programs. We base our decisions on course content, the proof of excellence in your undergraduate degree, GMAT or GRE scores, English language skills, motivation letter, and your CV. For some programs, global orientation, leadership skills, and soft skills are also an important factor in the admissions process. For that reason, we conduct an assessment center for Master in International Business program, and we as well might invite you for a short interview if you apply for any other programs. those who are citizens of European Union are not required to pay the tuition fees, as well as those who reside in Sweden, who live in Sweden on grounds other than studies. Non-European students are also welcome to apply for scholarships that SSE offers. If you do that, do not forget to fill in the scholarships tab in the application to your master program. The results are also communicated in mid-March. My team and I wish you the best of luck in the application process, and should you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us via phone, email, or chat. Good luck!
My advice would be to be yourself, be authentic in your application. I feel that a lot of students are worried about grades and professional experience, but SSE is interested in what makes you you. Here at SSE, the student body is so diverse, people from all different backgrounds. So make sure that you are authentic in your application and you can show us what you're passionate about.
To students applying to SSE, I would advise to be authentic, to be open-minded, and to motivate why they want to be at SSE and why SSE would be a great fit for them.
I would say just go for it. Even if you don't make the cut at the end, the chances of getting in are only zero if you never apply in the first place. So just do the GMAT, go for a coherent application so that the admissions team has something to look at. And with a little bit of luck, you're going to be sitting amongst us in the next year as well.
In webinar 2, we will go through all of the different program components of the second year of your master studies. So if you are interested in those options, including the SEMS Master in International Management, feel free to check out webinar 2. Otherwise, I wish you good luck with your application, and I do hope to be able to welcome you to SSE soon.